super producer, DJ Toomp. How you doing, man? First time in Seattle.
My God, yes, first time.
You enjoy it out here at Big Toomp?
Hell yeah, you gonna see me out here more.
Okay.
Start coming out here more, man.
So man, a lot of people don't know that you've been in the game for so long. You was came up with MC Sha D back in the '80s,
yeah.
And like you also you were also on tour with 2 Live Crew and stuff.
Yes, sir.
What are some of your best memories from being with them on tour?
Really, some of the best memories are, I could say from those days, it was more DJing. Because I was really just getting into production. And the DJing side of it is still, I would say, it's more money in producing, but the DJing, it's being a DJ, it's a lot of bread, man. I mean, it's a lot more fun than money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just touring for free, seeing the whole world, per diems and all that good shit.
Yeah.
Plus, you getting paid for each gig. But the thing about it, now I'm starting to incorporate that more into my production again. And starting to get on the turntables more. So just as well as doing beats, I'm about to start just doing gigs and whatnot too. Getting a crazy amount. They're paying DJs a lot of money right now.
Yeah.
And see, I actually still got an hour routine as far as the turntables. But really, just going from there and then starting to get into production, man. After playing so much music, eventually I learned how to make it. So
yeah.
First time I got in the studio, that shit, it made sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you feel has kept you relevant in the game over the last 20 years, being that you started in the '80s and you're still going now?
Really, I continue doing me. You know what I mean? No matter which direction it was. I was a part of the bass movement. All right, sweetheart. All right. I was part of the whole bass movement, you know what I mean, and the A-Town movement, but it's like throughout those waves that we went through, you can step up a little bit more, that way people won't keep running from the camera. I still had my own style, my own swag, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I saw people try to make something that's fitting with what everybody else is doing that particular year. And I always, had my own sound, I was using the SP1200. Everybody started getting on that, then boom, that's when I got on the MPC. Everybody started getting on the MP, I started getting on the ASR. So I'm always stepping my game up. I'm still using software and hardware, so it's like that's what's been keeping it going too, is that I always take time to learn all the new technology. You know what I mean? It took me a while to get into the software, but once I got into that world, I really understood what the excitement was, how everything is right there in your face. So, boom, that stepped me up for about another 10, 15 years right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay. Now I know Logic, of course Pro Tools, Cubase, Reason. A lot of hits I done made out of Reason that's been crazy, you know what I mean? So, just from being up on all the software, man, and just really understanding the direction where it's going, it all made sense, you know what I mean? So I'm still here, it's still fun. That's what's keeping it fun, honestly.
Okay, so what have been some of your personal favorites that you produced?
Well, when I speak of personal favorites, I can say because of how everything was, the energy that we had, a lot of the Kanye stuff, and some of the earlier T.I. music, you know what I mean? Even the latest stuff too. It's all still fun, but it was working with Kanye it was kind of fun because it's a different energy when you're working with an artist / producer.
Yeah.
It's where you really know each other's moves. You know what I mean? Like I never really had worked with him before, but from that being my first time working with him, it felt like we had did this shit already. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the energy was perfect.
Okay, you mentioned Kanye. I also know that you was out there in Hawaii with him a little bit a while ago, right?
We did a few things out there. Yes,
okay. Being out there in Hawaii, like, does the environment affect like the type of beats you make and the type of sound that you feeling at the time, or?
To a certain degree, to a certain degree, where you are can play a part. Cause I notice when I'm in LA, it's a certain type of track that I make. It's a certain beat selection, certain drum selection that I use. Yeah. And I catch myself on some real West Coast shit, but I need to stop doing that though. Because sometimes when I go to a certain area, people still be wanting what I would do in the A-Town.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't bring that energy. But out there, it was kind of, it took a while, because my man No ID had put me up on it. He was like, hey man, I know how you are as far as energy and your vibes. He's like, you might get a vibe in here, you might not. Because he said it took him a while to get used to the whole energy out there in Hawaii. I mean, it's a beautiful place and everything, but we can definitely, that's pretty delicate. And we can be real picky when it comes to where you want to work, or you know, any of that stuff. Hey, beautiful.
When you produce for an artist, do you like to be very involved, or do you like to sit back and like let the artist work their magic?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I love to be involved. Definitely when it comes to the hooks. I love really just knowing the direction. Sometimes, I mean, I love to play a part in that. Because, you know, you got some cats who can just get a beat CD, choose what they want, but sometimes, I mean, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
And it does matter if I like it or not, too. You know what I mean? I'm not bossy, but I still like to be hands-on, you know, as far as when it comes to my work. And I mean, if the hook ain't hot enough, I'm gonna do what it takes, you know, to make that shit a hot record. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's happening, bro?
Okay.
Jumping up with you, man.
Oh, okay. I'm doing this interview now.
Oh, you good? You good?
Oh, okay.
Have you, like, I like to hear about this, like, producers when they, like, you know, they give beats to other artists and they're pass it up. Has there ever been like a like a song that later became a hit that another artist passed up?
Well, it's crazy because it goes vice versa. Shit. Jeezy heard What You Know. He heard it, but didn't know exactly what to do with it. But then I think he had problems with his throat too.
Yeah.
But he chose some other ones. But What You Know, Tip ended up hearing it, and boom, that's when he changed it to What You Know. But at the same time, I love it. I played that for a few people, but they didn't really catch it. But Jeezy ended up hearing it a totally different way. So that happens all the time. You know what I mean? You have an artist who would you have artists who will have certain ears, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They hear it a totally different way. Recession, I played that for a whole lot of artists. But, you know, Jeezy just heard it another way and took it and ran with it. Incredible record. I wish you would have did a video of that.
Okay, my last question. Do you think like the world will ever see a DJ Toomp album?
Yeah, I'm working on that right now, silently, featuring everybody that I done produced. Still got great relationships with every artist that I done had encounters with as far as, you know, all the work. I mean, from Tip to Nas to shit. Even I can still get Luke in the studio. You know what I mean? Everyone, you know, and that's what it's about, you know, leaving a good impression and having a good report, not burning bridges. I mean, a lot of times it can be strictly business, and sometimes the business can turn people into enemies. But at the end of the day, once you're on stage getting, you know, 30 and 50 to, you know, 1,000 a show, you'll appreciate the hit that I gave you and why you paid that much for that track. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, you might go into a little thing where, you know, it just be different things that artists and producers may get into. But my thing I always made in my business is keep a good rapport with everybody who I work with. So when I put this album together, it's going to be incredible. Okay. It's going to be far from a compilation. It's really going to be an album, like on some Quincy Jones shit, on some hip hop. You know what I mean? DJ Toomp. Y'all stay tuned in to thesermonsdomain.com. You know what I mean?